It's a brand new Nintendo Switch 2 leak. Let's get into it. At least, okay? Hit like, subscribe, click the bell icon if you're excited. Let's go.
Let's go.
Before we get into the news, I want to just say, check the links down below in the video description for some really cool tech. The best LG OLED TV, you name it, Nintendo Switch accessories, all the best gear is down below. All the stuff that I use myself. I only share what I like to use myself and what I recommend to others. So let's get into the news. So we finally see what could be the Switch 2. And I'm a little bit bummed, a little bit, because it doesn't look too different to the original Switch. Or at least the Switch OLED. At least we're getting very small bezels. That's kind of nice. But the Joy-Cons and the inputs kind of look very similar to what we have. I don't think Nintendo can afford to just make another like Switch 2 clone. I mean, another Switch clone with just upgraded hardware. I think it's been too long. It's been out for 7 years. We need more, Nintendo. But apparently this is what it's going to look like. This is like, you know, some renderings of it. Obviously some physical hardware to demonstrate it there. It's going to have magnetic Joy-Cons instead of the latch Joy-Con, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's less likely to, you know, that little latch mechanism is less likely to wear down over time, which I think would be good. We're going to get 12 gigs of RAM. We sort of suspected it wasn't going to be 16 like things like the Steam Deck have. 256 gigabyte of internal storage. I mean, that's pretty good for Switch games. That's pretty darn good. We're going to get 2 USB-C ports now, potentially, so that's going to be really interesting. So we're going to be able to charge this thing and perhaps connect other accessories to it at the same time. Interesting. What purpose would we have for 2 USB-C ports? I wonder. Like, what is the purpose of that? Perhaps for accessories, you know, whilst this thing's docked, we can plug in other accessories onto it, like webcams, cameras, accessories. I mean, I would love if Nintendo went back to the old day of, you know, Game Boy, where we had a bunch of accessories like Game Boy lights and Game Boy cameras, Game Boy printers and stuff like that. That would be sick if we could get something like that. But that does tell me that maybe Nintendo have plans as far as additional accessories is concerned, because why would you put 2 USB-Cs in other than just convenience, maybe for plugging a charger in at the top of it instead of the bottom of it? I think there might be something else, maybe a graphics amplifier, maybe a secondary unit, you know, to boost the graphics power of this or the performance of this. I mean, imagine if they just slapped like something like SteamOS or Windows on this bad boy. It'd allow you to connect like a graphics amplifier and like just literally let you run Steam and Windows on it as well as playing Nintendo games. That'd be sick. That'd be crazy. But yeah, new Switch. Hopefully it looks a little bit more interesting than this, but an announcement is soon. Here's some other renders too, more alleged Switch renders. So I don't know what this is. Is there going to be 2 variants of it? A larger variant and a smaller variant? I do like the edge-to-edge screen. That's kind of sweet. There was the back of it. Okay. Unless this is a comparison between maybe, you know, the original Switch and the new Switch. 2 sizes. Okay, that does look pretty convincing, doesn't it? There's the bottom of it. And let's see what people have to say in the comments here. So obviously, game console shipment details. So game console itself, left Joy-Con controller, right Joy-Con controller, dock, charging and TV connection base. So it's going to have the SoC is going to be a CPU and GPU model GMLX 30RA1, memory chip model 2 6 gigs sticks, flash memory model UFS 3.1. So it's not going to have a proper SSD like the Steam Deck. Audio chip model, Realtek NFC reader. It's going to have an NFC reader, of course. Amiibo, built-in microphone, dual cooling fans, video signal conversion chip, display port to HDMI. Realtek supports HDMI 2.1. Network chip model, Realtek blah blah blah. Micro control model, gaming screen brightness protection chip. Okay, interesting. And then color controller says, whoa. Magnetic Joy-Cons is such a practical step forward. I love it. I've been saving my $800 specifically for this very moment, and half that money came from just recycling bottles. Dude, really? You've been saving your money just for the Switch 2? There's so many good options now. What do you spend your money on? Do you get a Steam Deck OLED? I love the Steam Deck OLED. Oh, I've left it in the living room. Damn it, I was going to wave it in front of the camera there and show you a little bit of... Listen, if you're a Switch fan and you've been waiting for a Switch 2 or a Switch Pro, seriously think about getting a Switch OLED, Steam Deck OLED. It is such an amazing handheld. And it plays everything. And it's like completely unlocked for you to do whatever you want with, including emulation. I'm still excited for the Switch 2. So 256 gigabytes, a bit pathetic. Remember, Switch games are never usually that big. They're not like 100 gigabyte chunkers like we see on PC games. Nintendo Snap, they'll name it. You think Nintendo Snap? Could be. Switch and Steam Deck had a baby. Okay, this leak genuinely looks convincing and realistic for once, unlike the other usual leaks. Remember that? The Wii U? That's what we thought it was going to look like. I remember this being the new PS Vita leak. I remember that when this leak first came out, we all thought this was going to be the new PlayStation Vita. I was like, oh no. Or was it the PSP 2? I don't know. And the new Xbox 360, we thought that was what it was going to look like. If it looked like that, the Xbox 360 when it came out, I would be like, that would be something, wouldn't it? That'd be amazing. Anyways, yes, the leak does look pretty. It looks a little bit too realistic, a little bit too normal for me. Do you think Nintendo will make the same D-pad mistake twice? I hope not. Proof of magnetic Joy-Con. If you don't own a Switch, then I can see why buying this is worth it. But if you have one already, I don't see why bother. The specs are well. 12 gigs of RAM. The aspect ratio looks more like 21:9 rather than 16:9 to me. Can't wait to find out the launch lineup of games. Can't wait for 20 FPS gaming. I know those of you Nintendo fans don't really care about 20 FPS gaming, but I do. Someone says, F this, I'm grabbing this, I wouldn't mind Call of Duty on the go with this. I know, you just can't play Call of Duty on anything else handheld these days, can you? It's not like something like an ROG Ally exists, or a Steam Deck. If only those existed. Finally, we'll be able to play Call of Duty on the go with the Nintendo Switch 2. It's not like anything else exists out there. Anyways, so release holiday season 2025. Nintendo Switch 2 about to rival Xbox Series S and PS5. I doubt it. With those specs, no. I mean, it's still going to be underpowered for what it is. Game Grant GTA. We're not going to see GTA 6 on this. I can guarantee you right now, we're not going to see Grand Theft Auto 6 on the new Nintendo. Not with those specs. And sadly, it's true. I really hope it's legit. It's exactly what I want. I don't want Nintendo to go too wild and go Wii U on me again. I guess Switch 2 needs to be on par with the Steam Deck. They could increase the RAM storage size. Damn, GTA 6 on this bad boy of a console. You know, seeing these tweets makes me realize that Nintendo fans are completely oblivious to like tech and gaming hardware in general, right? Everyone's like, I can't wait for this console. 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. I can't wait for this bad boy. I've been waiting to play games on the go for 7 years since the original Switch came out. I can't wait. This thing's going to be a beast with Grand Theft Auto 6. It's like, dude, are you completely clueless? The Steam Deck exists. The Steam Deck is like the pinnacle handheld gaming now. That and the ROG Ally X and the Legion Go, and you know, there's so many options out there. But Nintendo people seem to be stuck in a bubble where they're like, oh my god, the Switch 2, it's gonna kill people. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be the ultimate new next-gen console. It's gonna put the PS5 Pro in the ground. It's like, no. Anyways, I don't mean to bash on Nintendo. I really don't. I'm just bashing on Nintendo fans that are like clueless, like Ultra Messi fan here, who seems to think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a beast on the new Switch 2 that has 12 gigs of RAM. I don't think it's going to happen, dude. Anyways, guys, if you do want a real handheld experience where you can play games top tier, get something like the Lenovo Legion Go, get the ROG Ally X, get the Steam Deck, although the Steam Deck is getting a little bit old now. I think the Switch 2 is going to be cool. I think its selling point is going to be the first party games. I think Nintendo's going to knock out of the park as far as first party games is concerned. New upgrades, new little tricks you can do with it. It's not going to be a bad console by any means, but it's going to be it's going to be a Nintendo console. So we're not going to be able to play AAA releases on this thing. I don't think developers are really going to spend time doing that. I think it's going to be mainly first party titles, and we're going to see maybe some PS4 titles move over to this bad boy. But yeah, I'm excited either way. I'm excited to see if this is what it looks like. Obviously it looks a little bit too much like the original Switch, the Switch OLED to me, and I hope they put an OLED in this thing from the get-go, because I can't go back to anything else. If they go backwards to LCD displays or IPS displays, it's going to be a no-go for me. I mean, I need an OLED in my screens. I mean, they did the Switch OLED. The Switch OLED was beautiful. It was stunning, and I hope they don't go backwards. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Please like, subscribe, click the bell icon. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll read them out in my next Switch video. I'll take a look at the comments on this video. So if you want to be featured in the next video, consider checking out, or consider leaving a comment, hitting like, subscribe, and clicking the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know if you're hyped up for the Switch 2. I mean, there's so much tech we're getting hit with now. I don't know what to get. Anyways, peace out. Bye.